Welcome back to another edition of 3-Minute Cocktails. We have a special edition today. It'll be a 4-minute cocktail. The reason for that is we're considering what might be known as a back of the cabinet cocktail. That is to say, many of us have bottles of liquor of one sort or another in the back of our cabinet. We acquired it sometime and it's migrated to the back because we don't know what to do with it. Well, Michael and Jane, who have been watching these videos, said, we've got a bottle of Lillet Blanc. They didn't know what to do with that. They have a bottle of an orange liqueur called Grand Gala. It's similar to Grand Marnier. And our cocktail today is using Cointreau, a different orange liqueur. The cocktail we have is called the Corpse Reviver number 2. That's right, number 2, because there are up to at least 5 different corpse revivers in the cocktail world. The Corpse Reviver number 2 uses gin. It uses, as I said, the orange liqueur, Cointreau. It uses Lillet Blanc, which is a fortified white French wine. At 17% alcohol, it's a little bit higher in concentration than most. And we are also going to be using some absinthe. This is Amerique 1912. It's produced here in Milwaukee by Great Lakes Distilling Company. So we begin by adding our gin to the mixing glass. And we're going to use equal parts, except for in the case of the absinthe. So we're going to begin by adding 1 part of the gin, 2 parts for 2 cocktails. And we can set that aside. And then we're going to use the Cointreau. Should mention at this point that Grand Gala, like Grand Marnier, is a brandy-based orange liqueur, which means that it'll have a dark color to it. And so the cocktail that Michael and Jane make will end up looking a little bit different. Now the Lillet Blanc. There's also a product, Lillet Rouge, a red wine, similar to this. Lillet Blanc is used more frequently, more commonly available in stores. And we're going to use a lemon as well, so we're going to set that jar aside, a glass aside a little bit. We'll take half of this lemon for the 2 cocktails, and we'll squeeze that down into the glass. Get as much of that juice out there as we can. Now we're going to hold off on adding the absinthe until the end. So what we do here, of course, is with the lemon juice, with citrus, we want to shake. Get all that citrus mixed in with the other ingredients. All right, and we're also going to use a cocktail cherry, but rather than putting it in at the end, I'm going to put it in at the beginning and just let it sit in the bottom of the glass. So we'll start by putting 1 in that glass and another one in that glass. So let's get some things out of the way here. We'll move our cocktail glasses over and we can pour. As I said, we're going to add the absinthe here at the end. Absinthe is a very powerful liquor, very high alcohol content. This one is 63% proof, I believe. We're only going to add a few drops of it to each cocktail, so I have a way of doing that here. Get some of that in my eyedropper and drop a few droplets of that in there for a little float on the top of the cocktail. So here we have the Corpse Reviver number 2. Before I have my own sip here, I just want to point out another use for Michael and Jane for the Lillet Blanc. You can turn this into a spritz. Get a tall glass, put some ice in there, put about 3 ounces of this in, add an ounce of club soda, and you'll have a nice summer cocktail the way you might have with an Aperol spritz. So, the Corpse Reviver number 2, a classic cocktail. Cheers.